All right, hi guys.
We were really nervous.
I'm so nervous.
Don't be
nervous.
I don't know.
Come on, there's too many chairs up here.
Oh, I got it.
I'll just lay across them. So, hi guys. Welcome to ClexaCon.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
How have you been saying it?
Yes, I've been saying ClexaCon. So Lexicon or Slexicon.
I love your presentation of that. We'll bring it.
This is for Clark and yes, okay, get it now?
I don't know. I think now it's Lexicon. I guess it's like ClexaCon by night.
I've been calling it Lexicon for so long. There's no way that I can change it.
No, but it is what it is now. It's Lexicon. So, let me ask, when was the last time you guys saw each other? Are you guys friends in real life?
Well,
We didn't make it awkward.
we don't see each other very much.
We don't see each other very much.
We're actually quite close, so
Yes.
I don't know explain that.
Well, if anyone lives in Los Angeles, if you live on opposite ends of the 405, you just don't see each other, and you don't take it personally.
I mean, listen, I went out of my way to get a job so that I could work with Elizabeth every day, and I like.
You mean like you're the rest of us?
Yes. I had to that was serious, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I was deciding whether to go back to All My Children or go to Young and the Restless.
And you can all hate me because I convinced her to come to I was.
She totally did. They were even going to pay me more, and she was like, "Oh, only that much more?" And I went there because I thought that I would work with Elizabeth every day, and then I got fired so quick. So I tried. I really tried, and also our characters never really did anything.
Never
together.
really did anything together.
And on that show, you work once, now you work all the time, but then you work once. They would bring you in once every 6 months and be like, "We just want to make sure you still match the picture we have on your profile."
Yeah.
It's just for security, and you can say some lines while you're here, but
Well, I had also never. You always worked all the time.
Yes.
I always thought it was great if you even worked 1 day a week. So I was like, I'm working 1 day a week. Come over here. They spray tan you. Look how much I love.
By the way, the spray tan thing was the worst part of that job for me because it was everywhere. They would cover you with body makeup for everything, and I'm so pale, so they would really lacquer it on, and it was in my car, and it was on my kids, and it was on my couch. And wait, I didn't have kids yet, so that's a lie.
But we did see each other last year right after Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. I drove all the way to your house.
It was only last year.
Yes, I put Jack to sleep. I read him a book, and when I read it incorrectly, he corrected me on every single word. I would skip a word. He'd be like, you missed the dragon went up. That was like, oh god, He's like, I'm failing at being a mother.
But no, she's really good. No, I think the reason I don't see her is because every time I meet one of Elizabeth's boyfriends, they're gone. That's it. She will wait a year and a half to introduce me to somebody and be like, okay, this is serious now. And then I'll meet them and then we can the death kiss, the kiss of death. Then all of a sudden she'll be like, yeah, so remember that guy that you thought was really cool? And
well, you guys did give me a birthday card, my 30th birthday card, and said, it's a miracle, it's been 1 year, you and Dave are still together. Little did she know that I was breaking up with Dave the next day. I literally broke up with Dave 5 days later. And I still have that card. They love Dave so much. Robin, I actually do have a boyfriend. He's not in the room right now, but he's here.
He looks very nice.
I saw him last night, and we showed up somehow at the same time. They were like, is that him? Is that him? Rob's checking in. I go over to her husband, Andrew, and he says, is that him? Is that the boyfriend? I said, yeah, who else is it? My assistant? He's like, I don't know. And they're they cannot believe, and now every boyfriend is the phantom
Yeah, no, it's true. I barely thought he existed.
Eden, maybe don't meet this one. We want it to work out.
Well, that's why I was kind of afraid to talk to him. Also, he's very handsome.
So let me take you guys back. I know originally on All My Children, Elizabeth, you auditioned for the role of Bianca.
I did. That's right. I forgot about that.
That's my research.
I did.
How did you two end up meeting? So you got cast as Frankie?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Did you guys
I'm still thinking about what happened. Why didn't I get that part?
It's all happening at ClexaCon, guys.
It's all happening.
Only at
ClexaCon.
Yeah, so no, so I auditioned for Bianca, clearly did not get it, and then they brought me in for Frankie, which was only, a 3-month contract.
Can I tell you about the first time we met Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay. So she's very wee, as you can tell, and is kind of unassuming because of that, because she's very small. And we were on set the first time, and I was like, holy shit, who is this powerhouse who's like yelling at Susan Lucci? Like, that's no big deal. I mean, in the context of the scene, but yeah, grown men were terrified of having scenes with Susan Lucci because she's a force to be reckoned with. She's also small, so maybe you guys have that in common. And Elizabeth Hendrickson, like, first day on basically any set, you'd done like a couple things, right?
I did one thing, yeah. I had never been, no, that was like, I had done a guest star on something.
So she, like, Susan Lucci hit her with her car.
Hit me with a car.
Yeah. And she's like, how dare you, bitch? And I was like, whoa, look at this girl. Anyway, that's...
So, it seems like commonplace and it seems crazy now, but we're talking only like 10 years ago, it was a big deal to be playing a lesbian on television, especially on soaps, which is, a conservative audience, a middle America audience. When you found out that the character that Bianca was going to be gay, did you get any blowback from your reps, from like your agents, your managers? Was there concern about what it could do to your career?
Well, I didn't have a career or reps at the time.
That was like 16, how many years ago was that?
That was
16? Well, we were 16, but you started a few years before I did.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so
right.
20. Yeah. Well, I know when I started. It was in 1999. Yeah, 1999. So that was, that's, what is it, 18 years ago? I can do math. I quit the business. I was actually working in the Clinton White House as an intern, and in his lame duck year, and I was going to college and was, thought I was moving on with my life because you can't do this as a grown-up. And then I got a call from my old agent who I was no longer with, who was like, we just keep getting calls from All My Children and Judy Bly Wilson. She thinks you need to play this part. So I had actually been cast as Bianca when I was 11 years old. But I was tallish for 11, and I was already taller than Susan, and that was not gonna be a good idea. So at my fitting,
everyone's taller except for Susan, except for me.
At my fitting, I got fired, but she remembered me all those years, and
that's amazing.
I know, she's incredible. So she kept calling me, and I kept saying no. I kept saying like, no, I'm busy. I've got a boyfriend. Whatever, and then she just kept calling, and she called, and my mom lived in New York, and I happened to be in New York on visiting my mom, and she was like, I really want you to come and read for this, and I came in. I was horrible in my audition. I don't know what she saw in me. I hadn't done it in a while, and it was like cold reading, and then she said, I have to be honest with you, now that you're in my office, I'm not going to let you leave without telling you that I think you should test for this part, so go back to Bill Clinton.
Well, you said you had a horrible audition, which I highly doubt.
Figure out they all are horrible, but figure out what you want to do with your life, and you're gonna get a test deal. So just figure it out. So I was in the White House, and it just so happened that my direct superior was a huge All My Children fan and had the book, and she was like, you have to do this! You're gonna work with Susan Lucci, oh my god, you have to do this! then I was like, well, will you give me the day off to go test? And she was like, oh yeah. She was Southern.
That's what that was?
So it was like presidential duty. Like she must go beyond all that.
ClexaCon.
ClexaCon, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, I mean. Yeah, so that's it. What was your question?
I think that covered it. So what?
Oh wait, blowback. Guys, I had too much coffee this morning. Okay, blowback. Yeah, no. So my sister's lesbian. It was not a big deal.
All good. So when you return to the show after Frankie dies, you return to the show as her twin sister Maggie, and then bam, you guys.
Well, sorry, let me just cut you off because let me tell you how I deal with the blowback. I deal with the blowback. When I auditioned for the part, I had no idea what I was in for. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about the show. I didn't know about the character Bianca. I was never told that I was going to be playing a lesbian, which I don't even think was really written.
No, it wasn't.
It kind of evolved as they saw our chemistry that
When
we
she called
had.
me Bianca.
And I think that they saw something there. I mean, we had an automatic chemistry, and the fans saw that. And I think that that's how, that's how BAM evolved because I was only a 3-month contract and they told me right from the beginning, they said, listen, you're coming on, I was really there just to further the plot of whatever murder.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Seriously. If I could only tell you what's going on in my life now. But they said, and that's it. They find the body, you're done. And I was like, okay, great. Whatever. I got 3 months of work. I've never, it was my first gig. I was very excited. So thanks to the fans, they had had signed a petition, and then I was brought back as the heterosexual twin sister. But the fans want what?
It was a fan petition.
Yes.
In like the early days of
It was a petition. Like to think that. I mean, my career is really owed to all of you, all of the people, because I never would have had that second chance, and that second chance brought me to where I am now. So I can't tell you how thankful I am to all of you.
So wait, but they brought you back as a heterosexual.
They brought me back exactly. But then I was bisexual because the chemistry was yet still undeniable. So, but I was really bummed because of Frankie. I mean, it was really Frankie.
Do you guys remember how bad my acting was when I saw her the first time and had to faint? That was the first time I ever. We were in Mateo's bar. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, but it was a salsa bar, right?
SOS.
And I saw you, and I had to faint, and I.
SOS.
SOS.
Thank you, audience.
Yeah.
It's SOS.
SOS.
Yes, right. When I showed up. Yeah.
Sounds of salsa.
Is that what it stood for? Sounds of salsa?
That's amazing. Oh my god, you guys. Have a moment here. Wow, yeah, so I saw her, I remember it distinctly. It was bad. I was like. It was like Daniel Radcliffe in the first Harry Potter. Like, all sorry, I was watching it this morning. Yeah, it wasn't my best moment.
Well, the chemistry that you guys had was undeniable, and this relationship played out like a real slow burn. Like it was a couple of years before.
Slow burn.
It was.
It took us like a year to hold hands.
Yeah, it was just a lot of like lingering looks.
Yeah.
And soft piano music.
Yes.
So what I think is so cool is that at the same time that this relationship was happening, that was kind of the birth of YouTube. And with YouTube, people were putting together BAM clips online so that you reached a whole audience that maybe, weren't soap watchers or were unfamiliar with All My Children, found out about this couple and this ship through YouTube through clips. And this is one of like the original YouTube fandoms. I mean, if you Google BAM, If you look it up on YouTube, there are like 10 million BAM tribute videos.
My friends love torturing me with that. I know.
It's like hazy, like slow-mo hugs set to Sarah McLachlan music.
Yes, Sarah.
But that was kind of the first time this medium exposed the whole audience to your fandom. So when that started kind of building up, what was that experience like? You're on this show and you're playing, you're not even a couple yet, but you suddenly have this massive lesbian following. Tell me a little bit about that.
I don't really know. I don't know that we were super aware of it. Like, we didn't have Twitter.
Yeah, I wasn't very aware of it. I wasn't aware. I was really just excited that I was living my dream. You know, I was like, wow, I'm on a soap opera, and now
we got letters, and I remember like they would like somebody kept track of how many letters everybody got, like as a sign of your popularity or whatever, and they would tell me like, you know, you're doing pretty good, like you're getting like letters, but it's letters, you know, I don't know how much is a lot of letters. Is it 1,000 letters? Is it 200 letters? Like that's impossible to tell.
Would they come in and they would be like, this week, you're just crushing the looch. You're getting so many more letters.
No, it wasn't like that at all. They would give them to me like after they would pile them up for 4 months. So they would give them to me, and I'd be like,
boxes.
How am I going to get through all of these? Like it was so. It was. If it had been like if they had done it more often, it would have been much easier for me to respond to everybody. But it was like,
yeah, there'd be boxes.
Answer all of these. Anyway, so yeah, there were letters, and then we got. Did you get invited to Super Soap?
Yeah, I got invited to Super Soap. I was there.
So that's always a big deal to get invited to Super Soap. That means that like they think you have people who will want to meet you.
But they didn't put us together.
No,
like we weren't like on a float together.
And they were still trying to get you to be with JR or something. Right.
Because then when they decided to, and Branson's character.
Yes.
That's who it was.
Yes.
Because I was in the abusive storyline. I got very frustrated because, you know, we had made all this headway and then the big kiss was coming, which I'm sure you were probably going to get to. Sorry if I'm jumping to it. But
totally okay.
We probably should have like had a conversation before we got in front of all these people. So that
probably should
have. Like, because I feel like I'm reminiscing, like walking down memory lane with you guys all. Yeah, in real time.
But it was very frustrating because I wanted that kiss. We wanted the kiss together, and apparently,
God damn did I want that kiss.
You know we're gonna make out at the end of this, right? Sorry, we didn't talk about that before. But the woman who played Lena. Apparently, what I was told was that they don't clap for her.
Sit down. I'm just kidding. You're great.
Sit up.
I'm not here for Lena, and I'm not here for Grease.
But apparently what they had said to me, and who knows, I was so young and I really didn't understand the politics of the show or anything, but I was told that they chose not to do it with my character because they didn't know what the backlash was going to be. So they wanted to put someone else and try it with that person. Because they knew that Bianca was never going to be affected because everyone loved Bianca, but they didn't want to blow the husband. And I was pissed about that. Because I would have rather dealt with that. I knew that our fans were going to love it. That's what our fans wanted. But, you know, also she got the older, sexy, you know, woman with an accent. Whatever. I mean, who doesn't want that? You know, so...
Yeah, but you know, like Agnes's whole thing was like make them laugh, make them cry, make them wait, and boy, did they make them wait. But you know, hopefully it was satisfying when we ultimately did, you know, get together and stuff. Well, I guess then we went to France. Yeah, it was France. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Well, I don't know. They you know, they didn't know. It was a different time. We were breaking ground, guys, and that is hard to
actresses because, you know, everyone else on soaps is just, they're having sex in the shower, they're having threesomes, like it's just constant. And then they're like, okay, maybe you guys can have like this chaste little peck. So what was it? Was there a lot of notes on like choreographing the kiss, like
Yes.
what you could or couldn't show?
No, open mouth.
We've talked about this a few times, but go ahead, yeah.
I don't remember.
This is, yes, this is when you talk about how much you love my
My-
I mean, this is the bit we've been doing for years, Eden. Remember? And I thought your lips were so soft.
But hers are like, I don't know what mine feel like, but hers are like pillows that you can just like, you could just lie down in them for the rest of your life and sleep and dream about like amazing things.
My boyfriend's gonna be so mad he didn't say.
Whatever, and my God, like you have no idea, people. You have no idea. It's really an intense experience. It's supposed to be pretend. It wasn't pretend. It was great, and we got into it, and they were like, we saw tongue.
Yeah. We talked about it before. We were like, let's go for it. Because we were like, let's go for it. Open mouth. We're like going for it.
Just like anybody else on the show, by the way. Like we were like, we did our research.
Yeah. And all of a sudden it was cut. We see tongue. And we were like, yeah. And I remember I said, and I'm surprised that I said this then. I would say it now, but I'm surprised I said it then because I really was a little tiny character on the show. When I said, well, did anyone see the menage a trois scene with JR and his brother in the shower? And we can't kiss? And I like said it out and yelled it, and I was like, ah. Fine, then let's do this. That's what you want? And then cut to the air show, cut from Kendall and Catherine Matheson's character.
Cameron Matheson, yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Making out, and then the tag was our kiss, and then it picked up with right from them. Yeah, I was like, what? So because even if they were gonna do that, how dare you give this little lame kiss right to that kiss? Like, make the scene happen, blah, 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 and then do that. But that was such a clear choice. And I remember that at that point, I was like, this is unfair. This is so unfair. And I was really upset about it. And I didn't have the voice at that time to even go to say anything to someone. Yeah. Because at this point, where I am now in my career, my age, and I would for sure go straight to my executive producer the next day and say, did you see what you just did? Because that's not okay. That's not what I'm here for.
It's really remarkable to think about it. We're talking about such a short, 10 years, it's such a short time span, and how much stuff has changed so fast. It's really remarkable.
Yeah, no, it's true. Although, I don't know. It changed, but not enough,
Yeah,
right?
We're getting there, but not enough. Not on network, cable.
Yeah.
I was watching, has anyone seen the new Lance Black show that just came out on ABC?
When We Rise?
When We Rise. I just started watching, I just saw a part of it last night, and I was like, okay, we're making ABC primetime television, and there's a step forward there, right? Did you see? Yeah. But they're talking about, they're really putting it out there. I mean, it's reality, right? And ABC.
So throughout your run on AMC, was there any storylines? Was there anything that you guys wanted to cover, or storylines you wanted to tell that you maybe didn't get a chance to, or weren't allowed to?
All of them. Yeah. I mean, we really wanted to have a fully fleshed out relationship, which never ever happened. Like, it was always
maybe in Paris, but we don't know.
I know. It was always like the tease of like, someday maybe, and it's we wanted to not just be the happy, boring couple because that's soap opera death, but to why is it just one person who thinks that she's straight that Bianca's chasing for years and years and trying to convert or whatever, and then ultimately Maggie was bi but boy did she, I don't know, it's just there. The coffee is starting to.
I was just thinking, get her more coffee.
But why were there only 2 lesbians on the show at a time? Like why?
Right.
Yeah.
Why did we have the triangle? Where was the other, hot lesbian walking around that I picked?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. For sure.
It's just that they didn't even. We never got to see it through. Yeah. And the show's not.
And there are no other shows on daytime television either. I mean,
that are dealing with it.
I think there's a gay character on Days, but I don't know if is he there anymore? They're not doing anything anymore. But did they have? Was she saying? Did they have like another? Yeah. It's like just give like the.
It's just such a missed opportunity because even 10 or 12 or whatever years ago, like the network was so surprised and pleasantly surprised that even in middle America, I mean, they always say like, oh, once you meet somebody, once you know somebody who is gay or lesbian or transgender or any number of things, then you go like, oh, I get this now. It's not this scary other thing that I have to be afraid of. But middle America, who were at the time very opposed to gay marriage and gays adopting children, were all for Bianca getting her baby back. So it was a window to open it up to people who otherwise might not have experienced that, and they loved Susan. So when she learned to accept it, they learned to accept it with her. And I think that people wouldn't turn their backs on it. In fact, it would increase popularity. You guys would watch it, right? and I don't think that it would cause the I mean, God knows in this America that we're living in right now, but I just don't think that it would cause the backlash that people are so afraid to do anything.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, and it's still occurring. I see, my show on Young the Restless. I don't think they've ever had a lesbian or gay character. They have never had a gay character on the show. I don't know. They're so afraid still, and it's really frustrating.
It's time for Heather's lesbian twin to come back.
Yes.
All right, well, I want to open this up to the audience. Do people have questions? Put your hands up. Questions from the audience?
Okay. I was like,
okay, here you go. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to come down to you.
Hi. So, years ago, I developed friendships because of my fondness for your characters. I'm just wondering if you guys had any lasting relationships or experiences from that you've carried on to today.
All my relationships and experiences. I stopped aging. Like I stopped maturing at all my children. That's what that's it. So I can't meet anybody new. I'm just like, please don't ever leave me. I mean, yeah, like I met Phil and Mary Beth. Did she leave?
She did.
That traitor. What do you mean? Dear God.
Where'd she go?
She went to another ship somewhere.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Another
I'm
ship.
confused.
Revelations.
This is the woman that I ran into last. Wait, is this MS Can do? What is that? I was really hoping she was going to be here because I want to know what that stands for.
She's a Kansas City spirit.
Okay. Who said, who literally tweeted last night, I think I freaked out Liz. I said, Liz, it's me. Like, we were all pals. And I was like, oh my God, I totally know who you are. I know your handle. And now she's not here. My old friend. Okay, sorry.
Man, she blew it. No, but I've met people over the years that have stayed with me, and I'm incredibly proud of the little tiny thing I accomplished once upon a time, and I will carry that with me for the rest of my life. I feel incredibly honored to have been a part of it, and I can stop now.
All right, we got a question down here.
I actually have 2 questions. One of them is controversial and one of them isn't. So
Controversial first.
okay. Awesome. Okay, so in 2006, all my children broke another daytime barrier by introducing the first transgender character, Zoe.
Yes.
Everybody boo. I know no one is a fan. That storyline.
Oh, you guys aren't fans?
Well, the storyline wasn't the greatest, right?
Yeah.
So
No, it was awful.
So what I remember the most about that storyline was the fact that Bianca was so fiercely protective of Zoe and made sure to never misgender her. And I remember. Okay. Well, no, but I mean, like, so for me, as someone living in Florida as a little baby gay who didn't know anything, I didn't know that you could misgender someone, and so it was an introduction for me to transgendered people and how to not misgender. Maggie wasn't the best about it. She had That's the controversial part, right? So I was just curious if you could comment on that relationship and what Agnes's thoughts were on that. And then the second one's much easier, which is, can you tell us about imaginary bitches? We love it. We love it.
Oh, yay. Yeah, no, I don't think the transgender storyline was necessarily handled very well. But I'm damn glad we did it at all. And you know, growing pains, like, we're gonna make mistakes. At least were trying. I like people trying. I don't like people not trying. So I have definitely, as Barack Obama would say, evolved on the issue of transgender people. The more I learn about the transgender community, the more I just want to fight for them so badly. And I think it may be something that I'm embarrassed to say might have made me uncomfortable at one point in my life. Sorry to get so serious. And so I have some empathy with people who are afraid, and it is something that you go like, whoa, that's so different. That's so, like, I don't know, I grew up in the theater community, like, gay and lesbian was just not a big deal. And this was like the one thing that you go like, oh, wait, hang on, I recognize something in me that I don't like very much, which is, you know, maybe some sort of bias or fear or whatever. I feel like what separates us from them, and I don't know, to us and them thing, is that we can see where we still need to grow, and maybe we're not all there yet. That character probably should not have been played by a man, and not a transgender person, woman, or, you know, somebody, I don't know. But and a lot of people thought it was an excuse just to get Bianca with a man, and that's no good. And it really short-shrifted the lesbian storyline in and gave this other, put a big spotlight on this thing. And when there's so few narratives about the gay and lesbian community on TV, you can't just do that. It's, if there were a ton, then okay, but it was so precious at that point. And it's still kind of precious, but then it was like really, really precious. So anyway, it was always important for Agnes to show people the humanity in somebody different from them, and to push the boundaries of what people would accept. And so I look to that storyline and go like, man, we did that then, I'm proud. And I just hope that people will keep working to make it better and make the representations better, to help people like me who still need to learn stuff. Imaginary Bitches is my favorite ever, and I wish you could keep making it because I love it.
Everyone always asks for it.
Imaginary Babies, remember? Elizabeth came up with Imaginary Babies, the sequel. My husband's like
Really busy and killing
about
it.
me, I guess. So, someday, when I have a lot of money, I'm gonna pay him to help me like make more.
I have a lot of time on my hands. We could just
want to do it?
Yeah, why don't we? I honestly have a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah. very available.
Birth of something here.
And you know, I just want to say,
crowdfunding.
yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Yes.
Raise your hand if you would crowdfund imaginary vision.
Yes. I'm holding all of you to it. Track you down.
Someone's starting a Kickstarter. All right, let's see.
I don't know if I really have any questions. I just kind of want to, probably on behalf of almost everyone here, thank you for, at the time, being one of, if not the first, positive representations of female queer character on TV. People like myself, I grew up in the Bible Belt. I didn't know that that was a thing. And I talked to Ethan a little bit about this, but even beyond that, it wasn't just they threw in a gay character to mix it up on a soap opera. They made Bianca, and this is much credit to Eden as the writers, they made Bianca the moral center of everyone. So it wasn't like, it didn't enforce any of the negative stereotypes.
Right.
And it showed people, and probably a lot of older people who are raising kids who would need to come out to them before too long. And it was showing them through a show that they had been watching for probably 30 years that, you know, queer characters, that's just one aspect of them. They be the most loving, you know, kind, virtuous person in there, and that's just one part of them. And then Maggie, yeah, and we were so desperate for representation at that time, so desperate for it that even the chasticus, every 3 years that we would get, we were desperate for it, and that's what we had to hold on to at that time. So we would be rooting for it, and it was a reason just to keep watching and follow it, even through the, you know, cringeworthy attempts at trans representation. But like I said, they were trying. And in the end, I mean, I think for two people I was happy we kind of end the Bianca storyline at different parts, you know.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of fan fiction.
Maybe before Maggie inexplicably cheated and everything went bad.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's so many points that it's like, just stop there, just stop. No, but I love what you said, and thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
It was one of the first, you know, the first on daytime television. God bless Agnes Nixon for making it a core character that you can just neatly write off, and involving the main character, Susan Lucci, like in this storyline. She made sure that it wasn't going to be handled